Welcome back to my channel. If you are new or hi, my name is Melleny. If you'd like to get to know me a little better, all my social media links are linked down below in the description bar. So today, I just wanted to quickly pop in and show you what I did for my March plan with me. But first, I wanted to also show you my previous spreads for January and February, just because I think that you might be interested. I just use a normal typo bullet journal. It's just a grid page that I got last year that was super cheap, and the only problem that I'm having with the journal at the moment is that it actually ghosts a lot and it bleeds quite a bit as well, depending on what markers I'm using. So I'm trying to find the right markers to work with this, but I think let's just jump straight in. So this is my January spread, which is inspired by Amanda Rach Lee, and then February I just did a whole bunch of things and I introduced a content planner just to help me out a bit. But yeah, let's just jump into the March plan with me. I think that March for me just felt like a really plant-based month. I don't know, like if that makes any sense. I really wanted to incorporate some earthy tones in my title page. And then I'm just gonna go and quickly cut it to fit the page. I probably should have done this beforehand because this is not super accurate, but it's one of those things, you know? And it worked for what it was. I was trying to get like really close to the edge as I possibly could without actually cutting the normal page. And here I'm just quickly going over the word March with my Vine liner pen that I have. It's actually one that I am no longer going to be using. So instead I'm going to be using a microline in 0.2 from now on, just because I think that it is quite superior. So you'll be seeing that in the next plan with me. I'm just quickly writing out the word March and making it as straight as possible with this ruler that I got years ago. And I've already pre-drawn some of the leaves, and I decided that I didn't want to color them in, and I just wanted to leave them plain and outlined in different green hues. So for this, I actually was inspired by Amanda Rach Lee's video, where she kind of illustrated how you could draw leaves, and I thought that that was actually a really clever way. So I just kind of copied her method, but tried to still make it my own. Here I've also underlined, or not really underlined, but I've gone back to the word March, and I've actually just given it a green shadow just to give it a little bit more of a greenish look to it. Here you can see I actually wasn't too happy with the previous leaves, so I'm just quickly going ahead and redrawing them. And so with Amanda, what Amanda did in her video is that she actually drew like a peach shape, and then from there she created the dents and the different looks and stuff for the leaves. At this point, I'm trying to see what I could use the washi tape for, because I have like a whole bunch of washi tape that I bought and I've never actually used it previously. But obviously I didn't end up using it very much in the spread. I'm obviously just doing the same with this page, which is going to be my content planner, because that's something that I wanted to get into, is like really get a control on the content that I create so that I can actually just be on top of the game. For the initial shape, I'm just using the stencil, which is a bunch of like blocks and I don't know, things that I could use should the need arise, and I like the rounded corners on it, so I just use it for that. I decided that I wanted to continue incorporating the brown paper for this spread, so I just cut out a piece of brown paper and stuck it in, and I just went and wrote content planner on top of it. It's like easy, you can see, and then each column represents something different. So the first column is YouTube, second Instagram, third my blog, which is hosted on Blogger, which is why it's like the blogger sign. This is going to be my weekly spread, so I don't actually do any other spreads besides for the title page, content planner, which is new, and a weekly spread to help me get motivated. So at this point, I actually saw a friend of mine do this really cool spread that I thought that I would actually get to use, and here I'm just dividing it up into the different days. However, at the end of the month, you'll see that I've actually changed it because I found that I either used too much or too little space, and so I'm just kind of going and still deciding how I should go about this. I'm thinking of maybe doing a Dutch door at some point, but I'm not entirely sure if it's something that I want to really get into. Right now, I'm just quickly writing out the calendar, which I think is like really cool and important because that way you can always see what week it is. However, I don't continue with this because it is actually not entirely necessary. I use the calendar on my phone. Here I'm just explaining what I'm trying to explain to you now. And I'm not entirely happy with the fact that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday have such like little space. And yeah, so I have to read, to do, and I think upcoming, which I've changed a little bit. By to read is my weekly TBR, which I kind of grabbed from my March, or my TBR for the month. To do is assignments and stuff, and then upcoming is to help me out with assignments that I might have upcoming in the next week that I need to take note of. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.